What about that?
Oh, something that was determined to be unconstitutional. He said he would try to find another legal pathway to being able to address it. That's totally okay.
And he never did because he's a liar. That's what liberals are. They're liars, and they want to scapegoat and pivot to bullying the Republicans because they support what a great man.
So this is what he did. He said he wanted to give student loan forgiveness, right? And he couldn't do so to the extent he wanted because it was blocked down by the Supreme Court. So he said he would try to find some other legal pathway of addressing it. Trump, the same thing happened to him with the tariffs. You know that, right? Like they were determined to be unconstitutional. How do you feel about that?
Well, honestly, it really wasn't unconstitutional. If you want to be fair, to create more revenue to the government, we're going to have to implement tariffs.
I'm sorry. It was deemed by the Supreme Court to be unconstitutional.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that tariffs are not always a bad thing. Do you know that? Like, just because the Supreme Court said it doesn't mean it was really unconstitutional. I mean, do you know about the billions of
dollars that it was going to generate? The tariffs, yeah, but the tariffs specifically generate that revenue from American citizens, predominantly consumers. You're covering your microphone right now.
Yeah, but what does the government do with that money? They give back to the Americans. So we're helping out our economy more with implementing these tariffs. There's no way that you would deem them unconstitutional. That's just not true.
Yeah, the prior law was deemed unconstitutional the way that he tried to enact tariffs. Yeah, that's literally what the Supreme Court said. That's a fact.
I'm talking about you personally. There's no way.
It's not my personal determination. I'm telling you what the Supreme Court did.
Yeah, but I'm asking you about your personal view on it. I don't care about what they did. They can deem it as unconstitutional. As not unconstitutional. I don't think that was unconstitutional because that was going to help out so many Americans.
Okay, I could say the same thing about the student loan debt forgiveness.
No, you couldn't.
It would have helped out a lot of Americans to give them student.
He was a bullshit liar that just wanted to get everybody's hopes up. He couldn't even read a book.
Couldn't you say the same thing about like what happened to your Doge check? What happened to your tariff rebate? What happened to your tariff check? What happened to your Doge check? Wait, didn't you come up on my live like talking about how you were going to get a check from the Trump administration? When is that coming in?
It's going to come in soon.
Wait, didn't you? You like literally did say that. Wait, I actually remember that. You said you were going to get a check. What happened? What happened to that?
We have 4 years. 4 years.
Okay, you have 4 years, but that's not happening. It was deemed to be unconstitutional. So you're not going to get your check.
Just because Doge is not a thing anymore doesn't mean that they're not going to get us a check. That's just not true.
Okay, that makes no sense. Come on. That makes literally no sense. If Doge doesn't exist, how can it give you a check?
Because the Trump administration is going to adhere to it.
That makes no sense. Doge doesn't exist anymore. What do you mean the Trump administration is going to adhere to it? Doge doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, well, when the checks come out, they will exist. I promise.
There is no check because they spent more on Doge than they saved.
No, you don't know that. See, this is what I'm talking about, you liberals. You like to pivot and you like to indoctrinate people with misinformation. You don't have
Ashley, I think you're clearly indoctrinated.
What credibility do you have to make those claims that it's not going to happen?
I provide actual evidence.
What evidence? I haven't gotten a single source.
Okay. What claim do you think needs a source that I can provide for you right now?
I want you to give me a source that's going to predict the future, that's going to claim that we're not going to get the checks like you say we are. So I want that source.
Well, don't you have to justify because you made the positive assertion that you will get checks? And I'm just saying there hasn't been any checks. There's no indication that there will be checks in the future. So why did you believe that after literally trying to say that for some reason we were believing something incoherent there? It made no sense.
You definitely are believing something incoherent, and I can tell you why. The reason why
I bet you can make that determination.
I can simplify it down for you by saying that Donald Trump simply said from his mouth that he was going to fulfill this promise. That means he's going to fulfill the promise. If he said it, it's going to happen. I promise you. We can wait. And
did he say no new wars?
Go and say that it's not going to come, but I'm telling you that it will.
Did Trump say no new wars?
Did Joe Biden say no new wars?
Did Trump say no new wars?
Afghanistan?
We will have no more wars. I'm going to keep you out of wars. I kept you out of wars. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. We don't need the wars. I will end the chaos in the Middle East. I will prevent World War III.
Well,
we will expel the warmongers from our government. I will restore peace. Look at his rhetoric. I said, no, my rhetoric's going to keep us out of wars. We're ending wars all over this planet.
Yeah, you see. Misinformation, blah, blah, blah.
Are we currently at war right now with Iran, and was that started by Trump?
No, we're not. We're not at war
with Iran right now?
No, we're not.
Really? What tells you that?
Myself. I can tell you.
I bet you told yourself that.
Yeah. But when there's a country that's trying to enrich uranium and get all these power plants,
so we are at war with them. So you are trying to justify going to war with them.
The reason I can tell you.
So now we are at war.
The JCPOA got overturned because it was ineffective anymore. It wasn't effective anymore. That's why we couldn't tell whether or not
it was effective. Trump pulled us out.
No, it wasn't.
It was, and actually, Trump prior thought it was more effective to negotiate rather than to go to war. Right here, take a quick listen to this real quick.
Okay, let's take a quick listen.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran.
So where were the lies that was said? He's weak. He is ineffective. That's true.
He was saying that Obama is weak and ineffective because he can't negotiate with Iran. True. The JCPOA was negotiation with Iran to prevent them from getting the nuclear weapons by having surveillance over their nuclear enrichment facilities. And Trump is the one that couldn't get the negotiation and instead went to war.
It's Trump Obama?
Ashley, come on. Please connect the dots here.
Parker, get a job.
Please connect the dots here.
Oh, I'm definitely connecting them. I don't think you're connecting them with your pepperoni face.
What was that even supposed to mean?
Exactly what I said. When we couldn't tell that it was clearly ineffective because it got overturned by Donald Trump, because we couldn't tell if they had these nuclear weapons because we were being lied to. Okay, now we find out that they have them. What are we going to do? Boom, 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 boom. That's it. If you want to strike us, we're going to strike you before you can even hit us at the end of the day. Why are we going to put thousands of millions of Americans at risk for no reason?
Did you know that Joe Kent specifically, that he resigned because Iran, there was no intelligence? Hold up, listen.
Couldn't do shit.
Listen. Did you know that he indicated that there was no U.S. intelligence that Iran was going to strike the United States? And that we got into this war on behalf of the state of Israel?
Yeah, nobody cares what Joe Kent did or whatever. He's gone and he's done for. He was ineffective. He was weak. He was pathetic. And he was a scum of the scum. He couldn't even hurt a fly. The fact that
scum of the scum? So the Trump so by the way, the Trump admin is the scum of the scum.
Go out of a war.
The people that wanted Trump to uphold his original core message of no new wars are scum. Didn't you say that if he says something, he's going to uphold it?
Yeah, because he's weak. Why are we going to...
Trump is weak.
First of all, if we're going to have...
Oh, you got a flag. I knew that was coming. I had a feeling that was going to come. Let's go to the next individual. Like, I just will never understand her thought process there. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Alter, thank you the $5. I have a feeling, like I've thought that, but I think she is real. I actually do. I think she is actually real. I think she does actually think that. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
23, June 25th, 2002.
And do you support Trump?
For the most part.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Can I ask you a serious question about when Trump was...
Can you answer my question first?
Yeah, Trump.
You would vote for Trump? Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Okay, Executive 14184 is something that Trump put into effect about early January for the military service members who refused the COVID shots and got less than a dishonorable discharge or less than honorable discharge. And quite frankly, I think the fact that he put that EO out there, I think that's more or less fair for those who refused.
I mean, if you're in the military or a service member and you're scared of the COVID vaccine, but you're not scared of dozens of other vaccines that they literally mandate you to take.
No, it's the fact that it's
a part of
I
the
agree
service,
that it's a good thing.
Then I'm really confused.
I agree that it's a good thing. It's the fact that they were less than honorably discharged, which I don't think is fair for those who were in, say, 10 years, put in so much work just to refuse a shot.
Yeah, get the vaccine. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Like, they were willing to get all of these other vaccines, but they weren't willing to get this vaccine. That's a aspect of the job, okay? That was an order, a lawful order, was it not? So they refused a lawful order. You know what Trump would call that? Trump would call that treason.
Treason.
Yeah, and Trump would say they should be executed. You know that, right? Like, literally, he was trying to say that Democrats should be executed because they said if you're given an unlawful order, that you shouldn't follow it. But this is an example of a lawful order that they're given that they did not follow. And Trump would call for their execution. Democrats literally just said, oh, yeah, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get kicked out of, and that's it. Like, that's literally, like, I'm sorry. Trump would call for their execution if they did something that he didn't want them to do, or if they.
Okay, yeah. My question is, what are your thoughts on the executive order then?
The executive order. I mean, I think that they should be given. They should honestly, if they need to be able to meet the qualifications for the job. If they're mandating all those other vaccines for the safety of all the people specifically that are on the military, well, it makes sense to do that. I don't know why we would uniquely say that they would be okay with not getting the COVID vaccine, for example, but the flu vaccines they should have to get, or all the other different types of vaccines they should have to get. Like, I really don't understand.
Losing a GI Bill and stuff just for not taking a shot is, I mean, that's...
Yeah, I do think that's absurd, but that's a decision that they decided to make themselves. That's not my decision. I didn't make that decision for them.
Okay.
Like, it's literally a qualification of the job. Like, I think that, like, any other scenario, they would consider it a qualification of the job. And of course, I would love for them to get the stuff that they need. But it's like, bro, like, you should have just got vaccinated at that point. There was all evidence indicating that it was safe and effective. You should believe in science, right? Now, if there was like a circumstance where someone medically couldn't get the vaccine and, like, for example, they were kicked out of the military even though they medically couldn't take it, that's a different situation. But I do think that there were exceptions in there for people who medically can't take it. So I genuinely don't, if there's no medical reason why they couldn't take it, why they wouldn't take it in that circumstance. Like, I just really don't understand that decision.
Okay. I guess I just genuinely was going to either ask you or Dean about this question. So thank you.
Okay. But, like, do you still support Trump?
No.
Okay.
No, he's a pedophile.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am Tony.
How old are you?
Tony.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Vote for Trump.
Okay. You'd vote for Trump in that context?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Because the immigration.
Okay. What about immigration?
Well, the ICE. I like the way they run.
Why?
Because they kick out all the illegal immigrants. And that's legal. Us legal immigrants, they come over here, they come over here, they take out jobs.
Okay. Immigrants coming to our country increased the employment rate for natural-born U.S. citizens. Did you know that? Employment rate for natural-born U.S. citizens?
Not papers. You come here. Like I had, like when we came here, we came America. You have to go through.
Yeah, and I'm saying that the legal process should be made quicker. That's what Democrats are advocating for, is the legal process to go quicker. What's wrong with that?
And I agree because I had to wait 10 years. 10 years.
Okay, so then you agree with Democrats. So then why do you support Trump?
Because how he is performing with ICE.
Okay, and how is that? I think that's bad.
Because he's aggressive, You have to be aggressive to be.
Okay, and what way do you think it's beneficial to the country in the way he's acting?
Or because people, they come here, is a slap in the face to us immigrants who had to wait to 10 or 15 years to become citizens for other people to come over and just take everything, They get everything and they leech off the government.
No, I don't think undocumented immigrants get everything. That makes no sense. But if it's that want to make it take longer.
Well, I mean, I agree with making it faster. Because, it's America, so maybe 5 years. But, you have to show that you're going to benefit the country and when you come here.
You know that the Democrats agree with making the legal process go quicker. So Republicans don't.
That's because I agree with something like that. Doesn't mean I support the Democrats fully. It's a policy, It's a policy.
Okay, but like, what policies do you agree with Trump on? You just said that you like what he's doing with ICE.
I just like how he's running with ICE.
Do you support ICE detaining U.S. citizens just for having an accent?
You say what now?
Do you support ICE detaining U.S. citizens just for having an accent?
Yes.
So would you be okay with yourself being detained just for your accent?
Yes.
Why?
That's good. Find out if you're illegal or not.
But like, you think that you should just, because of your accent, you should be asked for your papers?
Yes.
Why?
Because we can see if you're legal to this country.
Okay, I have a question then. What state do you live in?
Illinois.
What time is it?
4:36.
Can you name two states that border Illinois?
Indiana is near Chicago, and then you have I live here ever since I become American, and I went to Michigan, but it's a little bit up north. But I'm here near. I live in Illinois, not Chicago, St. Louis.
Okay, you said you live next to Chicago and St. Louis?
No, St. Louis.
Okay. And is St. Louis North or South Illinois?
What do you mean?
Is St. Louis Northern or Southern Illinois?
Repeat?
Is St. Louis in Northern or Southern Illinois?
We are in South.
Okay. Alrighty. So why do you support detaining U.S. citizens? Do you think that you should just be detained?
I don't support detaining U.S. citizens. I support detaining people to find out if they are American or not.
Chat, there is St. Louis in Illinois. Just want to let everyone know. There is part in Missouri and part in Illinois. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
I believe it's a slap in the face to American people that want to become American. They have to wait 10, 15 years to become citizens. For just people that come here and they become citizens just by giving everything handed to them, and no, they don't have to work for it at all. It's no good. You can't argue with that because we have to save the identity of Americans as us, as all Americans. We cannot sit here and let anyone become a citizen in a country where we have more linear laws surrounding immigration than other countries.
Okay, I have a question. Do you think
Yes.
anyone who violates the law should be held accountable for violating the law?
That is obvious question. Yes.
Okay, so then why did you vote for Donald Trump? Because you
Because he
voting him in for
promised to kick out all the illegal
listen.
immigrants from the country.
I didn't finish my question. Because Donald Trump is a convicted criminal, and he didn't go to prison because of the fact that he was voted into the position of presidency. So if you didn't vote for him, he wouldn't have been limited from going to prison. So you actually prevented him from being.
It's all alleged. It's all.
I'm talking about something he was convicted for. I'm talking about something he was convicted for, and he wasn't put in prison because you guys voted for him.
Did he get put in prison?
The reason why he wasn't put in prison is because you guys voted for him. In the sentencing, that's what they said.
Yeah, well, he is not in prison, so he's no criminal.
Okay, he is. He's a convicted criminal, and the reason why he wasn't put in prison
According
is because
to
you
the
guys voted for him.
Democrats,
You said you wanted law, was convicted of violating the law, and wasn't sent to prison because you voted for him for president. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense that a president was behind bars.
If he's not in jail, he's no criminal. He's no criminal because he's not in jail.
Okay, he's literally a convicted. Criminal. He's a convicted criminal. That's just a fact.
Yes, and I know, and I support him because it's immigration, and he promised.
I understand, but that's not following the law, and it's not holding him accountable for violating.
Switch up conversation when you don't want to talk about immigration.
I'm talking about something. I'm giving you an example of how you guys don't actually apply this idea of the rule of law at the utmost.
Listen.
It's at the utmost importance when it comes to undocumented immigrants coming to the country, but it's not at the utmost importance for the president of the United States and the standards that you hold to him.
No, he is American citizen.